So it's about to come in here. We are live. All right. Welcome all to the LARRAPY Love, Life, and Spirituality podcast, where we explore the lives, philosophies, and experiences that shape how we love, live, and grow spiritually. I'm your host, Larry Jackson. I got a special guest today, Mr. Marcus. How you doing, my brother?
Doing wonderful.
Just tell the audience who you are, what you've been doing lately, what's been on your heart. Specifically, what season do you feel like you're at in your life right now?
Oh man, it's funny you say it. So this is my reward season. This is the season I'm in right now is a reward of a lot of hard work, and it's not bad hard work. It's accountability. It's been a lot of just being accountable, addressing the situation, healing, growing from it, and this season that I'm in right now, I can actually see the rewards of actually just locking in and being disciplined. A little bit about me. I am Marcus Walker. I am a musician, music director. I'm also a music creator for TV series. There's a couple of that I can't talk about right now, but there's a lot of great things happening. So like musically, I am doing a lot of sync licensing with different TV shows. I did a couple of tours with plays and things like that. So that's a little bit about myself.
Yeah, I saw you a couple. I saw a couple of photos on Instagram or not Instagram, but not Snapchat, TikTok, where
Yeah.
you was hanging around some famous people. Like you've been, you're like getting a little bit more. Is that a sign that you're getting a little bit more, like you're networking, you're being enmeshed in some bigger projects?
Yeah, it's just you know what it is, Larry, man. Like I made room for it. I made room to allow, and what I mean by I made room is that, you when you're on this journey of healing, like you understand that like certain people don't belong on certain levels, and so as you remove, well, not as you adjust your pieces, it opens up doors that allow people that you should be around.
Yeah, that's a lesson in and of itself. I'm familiar with who you are and a little bit of your background. But you know, life is filled with you know, a journey, twists and turns in our journey. Can you share a memorable life experience or challenge that helped shape who you are today?
It was called rock bottom.
That'll
that,
do it.
that was easy. That was very easy. Yeah, I hit this beautiful place called Rock Bottom. Everything that I thought, and like you know enough of me that I'm very stubborn. I'm strong willed. I'm hard headed. I'm all those things.
Yeah.
Um, so everything that I've done that I thought was that would work, it didn't. And
Mm,
I was at a rub where career wise, musically, I was going here, but mentally, I was here.
okay.
So when that collided, yeah, it was boom. So I hit this beautiful place called Rock Bottom, and that was the place where it was self reflection. Everything
Mm,
everything that has been done by my choice.
mm,
So what do we do now? Because what I feel, I'm not happy, and this is not how life should be.
mhm,
You know, I lost everything, and
mhm,
it's a beautiful blessing. Like I literally I lost everything, and
mm.
got me closer to where I needed to be mentally.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Um, how did you overcome it?
I did the work. I did the work. I did the hard work. So at rock bottom, you have two choices. You can stay there, or you can retrain your thinking to expand and go higher. So what I mean by that is that okay, so now I've hit this place where it's just bad. It's real bad. So I know how I got here. Will I be accountable enough to get myself out of here?
Okay.
So getting out of there, you have to look at yourself in the mirror. You did this. You can have a million excuses in the world, but you did this. You also created this. once you heal past, for me, once I heal past that, like, okay, I did it, and it's okay because I have a choice now to either be better or repeat.
Uh-huh.
So I made a decision to do the opposite, to be
Okay.
better, to focus more on mental clarity. And what I mean by that is, reading, engaging the mind, and man, just lots of reading, lots of prayer, lots of alone
Mhm.
time to the point of where it's not depressing. It's really, I'm here because I really want to be better.
Mhm.
And one of the things that I looked at, because I've always known that I was a good guy and I was a great person. I have a great character, but I've done things along the lines that wasn't so great,
Mhm.
that I pretended to not really know that I was doing, but really, really deep down inside, that you're doing those things. So,
Mhm.
you just have to have those hard conversations, and and be better, and understand that when you're coming out of the bottom, God gonna test you.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna get tests left and right, but you have to operate in a moment of attitude of gratitude. What I tell a lot of the young guys that I talk to is like, man, like, I know that I went through a lot of tests to get where I am, but I look forward to the test, because for me it's God's way of saying, I really do love you, and I want the best for you that you want, but you're gonna have to show me that you deserve it and you've earned it.
Yeah.
So I try to remove the, oh man, I'm going through and it's bad. Nah, attitude of gratitude. Man, I'm going through, which means that I am one step closer to my goal, because it's test time. So for me, it's like a time to go. I know it is. And the thing is, it's hard. It's hard. I won't tell anybody that it's not hard, but it's so doable. You just have to stay locked in and stay focused.
You're now, you recently are engaged or married?
I am engaged. Yes, I am. Yeah.
Am I probably divulging too much information there?
No, 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 no. Go forward. Go forward. This is
um, well, love is a powerful force. It shows up in many forms. Some in relationships, some in kindness from others. Can you share a moment of love or kindness that deeply impacted you, either personally or something you witnessed?
um it's actually, I can. My fiance, and it was, she showed me kindness. Kindness, and she also showed me grace. So I had an opportunity to meet her when I was at rock bottom.
Hmm.
And it was cordial, but the way that the interactions were in the beginning was very, very soothing, very kind, and that's what intrigued me about her, because she was very kind. She was kind to a person that she didn't know that was broken and trying to be better.
Hmm.
So for her to exude this type of kindness, and I'm at this level right now. Oh man, like, I don't want you to go. I don't want you to go anywhere.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, how's that shaped the way you think about love and relationships?
Oh man, it reshifted all of my thoughts on, like, love, and that, man. Love is, how can I put this? Love is work. Love is work, man. Love is a such a strong action thing, man. Like, you can say it all day, but love requires work every day. And one of the things that me and my fiance, that we're learning is, man, like, love and communication go hand in hand.
Hmm.
Like, you have to be. What I love about the dynamics that we have is that we look forward to the ugly conversations.
Hmm.
So, if we know that we're both on kind of this rub, we will, hey, listen, so let's take 4 to 6 hours. If we have that type of time, I'm gonna probably go do some work, do whatever, but we're not mad at each other, but we can't see eye to eye right now.
Hmm.
So let's back up. Let's get the emotions out throughout this time that we're not together. So when we come back and sit at the table, might have a glass of wine or whatever, and let's talk about it like calmly, like adults.
Hmm.
And so let's talk. Let's make the ugly, but at the same time, I'm not talking at you. I am just expressing how this made me feel in these moments right here.
Right.
Instead of saying, "Well, you did this and you did this." No, man, that's not you can't operate in love like that. You know, when you talk about love, you have to operate in kindness, and you know you can mean what you say and not make someone feel belittled. So you know, man, that's yeah, man, love and communication, man, they go for me, they go hand in hand. You know,
Okay.
I didn't always look at love as communication, man. You know, as you grow and as you heal, like the way I looked at love was kind of how it was presented to me growing up,
Hmm.
and that's not what I wanted for my standard. So I had to learn how to reshift and retrain my mind to like I want this type of love.
That's a hard reprogramming there.
It's very hard because then you have to have some hard truths with people that you really love.
Yeah. And then there's the accountability piece. Sometimes, when you're enmeshed in your own cultural automatic way of doing things, sometimes it's hard to hear someone point that out to you. You ever been in a situation like that? Where
Oh
somebody's saying, you're doing this wrong here, and you're like, this is what I'm used to doing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, absolutely. You're correct.
um, let's pivot the questions a little bit. Mental health is an essential part of our overall wellness. What is your personal view on mental health? Do you think it's important?
Oh, mental health, man. Mental health is so important, man. It's so important for people, man. Like for me, man. Like mental clarity is like it's being on another side of like a euphoric rainbow, man. Like it's important because man, we deal with a lot. Humans deal with a lot every day, and we need a safe space to talk at things out and not keep everything so inside here. So like we need people like you that people can talk to, man, because it's important. Mental, we are. It's sad, but we are really an unstable country mentally right now,
Hmm.
and we all need some mental help, professional help, and prayer.
There's a stigma that some people have different belief systems. Some people believe that that mental health is a cop out. It's a way to make excuses for um, poor discipline.
That's definitely inaccurate, and I respect people's opinions, but that sounds like a person that likes to be in their generational habit. And what I mean, people call it generational curse, but I call it a habit. It's that sounds like a person that don't want to break the cycle to be better.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hear, I hear, I hear a lot of across the board in different sects. I hear it in the religious world. I hear it in hyper masculine conversations. This connotation um, that seeking counsel from an external source that somehow weakens you, or that it somehow um, I mean, I've heard it spoken almost like it's almost against God, which I'm like, that's shocking to me. I'm a believer. I've never heard of this before. Um, yeah, there's a lot of weird rhetoric out there.
I
That
think that's because people just afraid of it. Because here's the thing: like if you don't want to hold yourself accountable, then you will never look at yourself in the mirror.
Mhm.
Need someone that's going to say, "Hey, these are the things that you're telling me. This is who you are." You know that's not a bad thing. That's just holding yourself accountable. You know, for those people that think that you don't need help in mental health, that it's not good. It's not good because we you do need it, and most people, well, the people that say that they are not mentally healthy. There's nothing that you can tell me because when you are mentally healthy, you are an advocate for mental health. Like because you know how good it is. You know what I'm saying? So like
Mhm.
if you're not an advocate, like what are you really doing? That means you have literally locked you put yourself in this lock that says that I don't need certain things. Man, we all need it. We all need you need to filter the things that are in your head. We don't write anymore. Everything's on the smartphone, so you type it out. So like, it's we need mental health, Larry. We need
the thing is if you're in a dump or you're in a terrible place, who cares what type of help you get? As long as you get, it's like going to the hospital and trying to be picky on the doctor you get. It's like if you're bleeding out, it's all hands on deck. If you're in a critical situation, and I think that the commentary is usually a blind commentary because they don't really understand the severity of mental health, or the severity of someone who is. Um, but anyways, I don't want to go too far on a rant there, but it's definitely been pulling my trigger a little bit as of recent. It's coming up in my feed quite a bit. I don't know why. Probably because I've been posting this stuff on it. It's like algorithms like plotting against me.
Your algorithm is doing its thing.
All right. Well, let me shift questions a little bit more towards. Well, probably one of the final questions I asked for about mental health is, let's say somebody comes up to you and you know that they're going through a tough time. What advice would you give them?
um, Normally, and I've been in that situation where you can feel it and you just kind of know, man. I normally just try to have a general, just a regular conversation, and give them the good energy that they need, and just let them know that it'll be okay,
Mhm.
and leave that not and not give them the, well, if you need somebody to talk to, hit me up, but allow that space to be open to where if you feel like you want to share, then share. But also at the same time, if you need help or direction to talk to someone, I can also send you that way as well.
Yeah, I like
Because,
that
man,
energy.
yeah, man,
Yeah,
in the music world, man, musicians are stressed. Musicians are overweight, and musicians are stressed. And it is what it is. And a lot of the guys that I've run across, man, like I really just try to leave that space open. Like, hey, like, we're all going through things, and it's okay. You're not a bad person because you're going
yeah,
through things. Just leave the space, and if you want to talk, there are outlets that you could talk to, or if you just are there. Matter of fact, last week one of the guys, and I told him, I was like, hey man, if you want to go shoot pool, we can go shoot pool, because
yeah.
his energy just off. He was like, yeah, and we went shot pool, and he was like, you don't understand how much I needed this.
Mm,
Um, Fast forward, his brother was one of his closest heroes, and he passed away. And this guy,
mm.
nobody knew, and so he's been holding this in because he's such an amazing musician that no one thinks about. Hey man, like, you don't look, your light is not shining as bright as it normally shines. Like,
Mm.
it's okay. You know,
Yeah,
and once we open up that door there, then hey, for him, and the thing is, like, you have to know the people, you have to know your audience. So for him, he was quicker to, I would rather find me a church home and be around men versus I want to talk to a therapist, which is okay right now because it will get there. But the fact that he was willing to say, hey man, I just need to be around men, I can help direct you in that place.
yeah. And who knows what'll end up helping someone. I like one of the things that you said is that it's okay. It's almost like it's okay to not be okay.
Yeah,
I think people need to hear that a lot. Because we live in a very cold world. You
yeah,
know,
it's
where
very,
people don't care. People like get up, brush it off. You know, it's
yeah.
okay to not be okay.
I can promise you, man, after hitting rock bottom, man, I think I've shedded more tears in these few years than my entire life. But it's okay because it's healing, because you're like, I'm not a robot. I'm
Mm.
and they get happy, they get sad, and they also hurt. I have these feelings. I don't have to act out on those feelings, but I'm okay with having feelings.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Um, Spirituality means different things to different people. How do you define spirituality for yourself?
For me, man, I've taken, for me, my spirituality, it's a smorgasbord, but God censored, if you will.
Okay.
Perfect example, man. Like, yeah, there is nothing greater than God. God creates everything. In my opinion, God creates everything, and we are all under God's love.
Hmm.
Uh, I also play at a church on Sundays, so, and it's a Baptist church, so there are certain things that they do that I like. Um,
Hmm.
there are also things that I'll say spiritual, just to kind of shift, so yeah, I'll say, well, there are certain things that I do that's part of the Christianity faith. There's
Hmm.
also I do that's a part of the spiritual faith. I know, because some Christians don't like the term universe. I love the term universe because I believe that God created the universe.
Okay.
So, small things like that, and I try not to. the best thing that I try to do for me, and I told my fiance this, and I try to tell a lot of people is, man, you be prayerful and find what your balance is. Like,
Yeah.
find out what you really, really need in life, because I've seen some of the one faith, one God, one Jesus type of people, but their character is crap.
Yeah.
So it puts a stain on Christianity. I've
Yeah.
also seen it in the woke community. I've seen it here. It's bad seeds everywhere. But find what you need, and man, I I try to leave people's spirituality where it is, and I pray for everybody. I really do, and I try to do my best to reach people with their character. Like, do you have a good character? You
Okay.
know,
Well,
but
do you believe in the Bible? Like, do you
yes,
believe in
yes, yes, yes.
you believe in like
No, I love.
it's so difficult.
Yeah,
You know,
no, man,
yeah.
I love the Bible, man. I have read the Bible several times, but I've also read the Quran several times. I've also read about Buddhists. I've done it all, but the Bible is a wonderful guide to life.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Do you believe like do you believe I don't want to go down too far down the belief thing here, but you know, you seem to have a belief in general. Like, do you believe in Jesus Christ? Do you believe, he's a savior? Because if you believe in Jesus Christ, then you don't believe in the Quran, in theory, right?
Right. Well, see, I didn't say I believed in the Quran. I just said I read it.
Ah,
So for me,
okay.
yeah. So for me, like, I had to, like, before I judge something, I gotta go read it. Because the way I grew up was, it was one religion only, but also the people that raised me never seen anything outside the United States of America.
Right.
I've had the privilege to travel the world several times. So for me,
Yeah.
like, I had to go. Let me go see for myself, and now let me make a decision for me versus, well, this is how I was raised.
Right. Yeah. I think every person, young person, has to go through that journey.
Yeah,
They're raised a certain way, they're indoctrinated a certain way, and they try to figure out, well, how does that mesh into the bigger world? What does that really look like? If you only believe this, are you really going to hell? It's a very hard concept to grasp when you
man,
see that the world is so big and diverse.
it's so.
And you know, it's very hard. And I believe Jesus is the way. I believe that really there's a way of salvation. But then I believe a good part of me believes that. And then there's another part of me that says, geez, I hope that it's not as sharp as this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You know what I mean? I hope it's not as sharp as this. I'm gonna run my race as best as I know how. This is all I know to be true. I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna run it the best way I know how, because that's where my conviction lies. But I hope that it's not that it's such a hard line in the sand for me. I don't know about you. It,
It,
it it's it
it's
it's
very.
a
It's not easy. So you're not alone, man. It's a because when you begin to travel, like you say, it's so many different
man.
people out here. And for me, perfect example, man. I remember the first time I actually left the United States of America, and I went to Budapest, and they look at men, at as black men, totally different than
Mm,
I've ever seen in my life.
mm,
I've also seen these people from. I've watched them in their culture and in
hmm.
system, and I watched them believe as strong as I believe over here.
Right.
And so my battle was, how do I say what's right and what's wrong? Because if they never saw what we're doing over here, and they've been doing this longer than we've been doing this over here, it's so much that, yeah, man, it's hard.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, there is a presentation out there, and I think a lot of religious backgrounds believe that they are the only way. I mean, um, it's hard to digest. If you believe in the Bible, then you obviously understand that the tenets of the Bible sort of speak to only one way, right? Jesus says, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes to the Father but by me." there is that connotation that if you don't believe in Jesus Christ, man, it's going to be a terrible consequence.
Yeah.
Um, it's it is something that I've accepted based off of me believing the Bible, but it is something that I really dance around when it comes to the embracing of diverse ways of thinking as it relates to a linear presentation, religious presentation. Sometimes, anyways,
That's good.
yeah. Um, well, um, is there a spiritual routine or practice that brings you peace and connection?
Yes. Every morning. So every morning I wake up, I pray. I pray to God. I walk in the kitchen, I have some water. And normally I'll turn on my frequency. So I'll do a vibrational frequency cleanse. And so I'll have my music playing probably normally 432 megahertz, just something
Mhm.
to clear my head out. I have
Okay.
I go outside and I really just have a moment with nature.
Mm.
Like I go outside and I just listen, and that's when I'm not saying much, but I'm talking to God, and we just kind of having, and I'm completely unplugged. Like there's no social media, there's no cell phone, there's no nothing. Like whatever. I get up extra early just so that when my house wake up, I can be there for them. But yeah, I started every morning same way.
Okay. I was trying to put this into exit the solo. It won't let me do it. Oh, my goodness.
There we go.
All right, close enough. um, um, let me get some final comments here. Is there any final word that you can leave us with? Something that has been beneficial to you that has given you strength. A word, affirmation, scripture that is a form of strength for you.
Um, the best thing that I can give people is to practice every time you think the what if, because 90% of the time when you do what if, it's negative. It's not a what if this is amazing. It's always the what if caution. As soon as you do that, say something positive.
Okay.
And for what that does is that it helps change the thinking. And there's a wonderful audio book that I love, that I listen to all the time. It's called Change Your Paradigm, Change Your Life. It's
Mm,
amazing. I am it's something that I've literally been listening to nonstop. And I
wow.
find ways to practice changing my life. And the thing is, what I really want to tell people, it really works. Like, if I can tell you nothing else, like really changing your mindset really works. Like, instead of, man, I hope that I'm good enough to get on TV. I am good enough. I am amazing at what I do. I
Yeah.
really do this, and you do it every day. And so what happens is everything begins to switch. Everything, because like when you're depressed, you're not thinking happy thoughts, you think depressed thoughts, and so you become more depressed, more
Yeah.
depressed, more. So then try it on the opposite side.
Yeah.
Also, man, practice speaking life into yourself. Like, like,
Yeah.
like, speak life into yourself, man. Pray over yourself. Speak life into yourself, and always, 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 attitude of gratitude. I have one of my best friends. He's going through a journey in his life, and I'm very excited for him. And he's not, because he's getting hit every which way. But I told him I'm excited because I know that on the other side, everything that he's been desiring, like he just gotta he just gotta keep his hands up and keep swinging. But
Yeah.
with that, man, like always allow yourself grace.
Mm.
Allow yourself grace, and always focus, man. Focus and stay forward motion. Always forward,
Um,
man. Like, if you begin to look behind, man, you going, oh, I should have, and you can't see what's going forward. So, man, always forward motion, attitude of gratitude, man, and be grateful, man. Just be grateful, because one thing that became very important to me once I started healing was something my grandmother used to always tell me, and she like, you didn't have to wake up this morning.
yes.
And so,
Amen.
and I
Yeah.
don't care what your background is. you didn't have to wake up this morning. So if you
Right.
wake up this morning, at least do your best to maximize your time while you're here. And so I rather operate in gratitude for 24 hours than to, oh man, this, oh man, that. But I understand how easy it is to do that. So to working to move in a place of gratitude, it requires work.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what I love to give them, man. Attitude of gratitude. I'm just a happy person these days. I'm just
That's good, man. That's good. I feel the energy, man. It's
yeah,
good.
yeah, you man. And also, man, thank you for having me, man. And also outside of that, man, I want to personally thank you. You did a
Yeah.
lot. You did a lot during that journey. And
Mm.
in
Yeah.
case people didn't know, man, Larry was my coach. Larry, you man, you helped break the shell of, hey, dog, I'm gonna have to give it to you, bro. Just like this. And I will never forget the conversation that we had. It was a one-on-one. You didn't know where I was, but I was at a water park with my son, and we had my session, and you ripped one into me. But it was but brother, the brother was the best. Hey
I'm
man,
so sorry.
no. So here's the thing, and so like it was the one of the best things that happened because you was like, hey, listen, you're not a bad person, but bro, you messed up. And so what I'm gonna do is let's get all this out the way. This is what it is. You're not a
Yeah.
bad, but
Yeah.
that was part of the, you know what, Marcus, it's some things that you're gonna have to eat. And so I learned about karma. Karma is not a bad thing. What you put out, you shall get it back.
Right. No kidding.
It's just so simple. You know, it's not a karma's a big, no, it's not. It's what you put out. So I learned that everything that I had exuded, this was the return of it. So man, I personally want to thank you for that, man. I've been keeping up with you for forever, man. And yeah, man, you helped. So yeah, no apologies, man. Thank you. Because man,
No.
it's better on this side.
Yeah, but thank God for grace. Let me add some stuff. Thank God for grace and mercy, and I put us all in the category that we, me and you, and everybody who's even listening to this, that we don't get what we should get, what we deserve because of the mistakes that we made. Thank
Yeah,
God for redemption. Thank God that we can live a new life. You got a new life ahead of you. You got this beautiful wife that's coming. You
yeah,
got you got this beautiful future. I see you thriving in your career, and I feel like that's the biggest story even for you, is yeah, karma gets us all, as Clint Eastwood said, we all got it coming. Like who don't got who don't got karma coming after them? You know what
exactly.
we all that's the wages of sin.
Yeah.
That is the cost of when we make errors and when we sin and when we do things that are not perfect. That is the cause and effect of just not being perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But thank God for his grace and his mercy that he still loves on us, that he still says we're worthy, that he says, you know what? I will blot out your transgressions. Yes, you may have to deal with the consequence of it, but you don't have to live in it for the rest of your life. You have to, you know, you can be renewed, you can be restored, and it can be as though those things did not exist. You can live in that type of space. And
Yeah.
I see that happening to you. I
Yeah.
see this new man, I see the pictures. I said, oh, he look like a completely different man.
Oh, happy man, so happy, man. Like when I know what it's like to be forgiven,
Yeah, yeah,
and that's a
that
beautiful.
part.
Yeah, man. I'm forgiven, man. I've made well with all things that were tied to badness, and man,
Yeah,
I'm man. Listen, I'm doing amazing.
yeah. You look amazing, my brother. All right,
Appreciate it.
I'm gonna let you go with that.
All right, man. Take care.
Take care. Talk to you. Bye now.